Right, hello everyone and welcome back to the Blue and Red Football Thread with me, Kev, and
myself, Mr. Drone.
Yeah, so today we're going to cover some topics going forwards.
Yeah, we're going to look at, we may as well, if we give a little idea, so we're going to be looking at Liverpool, got a game coming up this weekend.
Yeah, Liverpool City, but yeah, we'll look at that.
We'll have a little look, a little chat about that. Everton United.
I think this is more important, this game, than the Liverpool one at the moment.
Yeah, I do.
What's going on.
That's strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll look at that. Then we're going to be looking at the, we each pick a topic. What's yours? What have you picked?
I am going to look at the teams that are trying to sue Everton and the points deduction that could come with that. That's being banded around.
I love that topic. It's good for me, that. If we get time, I want to have a look at a couple of international things that happened this week. There's no Premier League football, obviously. It was international break. We both said last week we're not that much into it, but there's a couple of things that happened that I wouldn't mind having a look at. And last up, we've picked a comment from a viewer who's asked us to look at something. So let's get to it.
Let's get into it.
Right, okay, first up then, Kev. We've got
Liverpool City.
Yeah.
Okay.
Midday tomorrow after
it is, yeah. It's the early kick-off. So for me, it's great.
Yeah.
Take me lads to football, get home, watch it. That's Liverpool done now for the weekend. You know what I mean? It's hopefully top the league.
That's you done for the weekend. Yeah. That's the good thing of the early Saturday game. When you win, or it goes your way.
Yeah.
If
make or break your weekends.
Yeah, that's the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you don't, and say for example, you guys go and get smashed 5-0 by City or something, which I don't think you will, by the way. But say you do.
Yeah.
Then the rest of the footy for the rest of your weekend, you're like, don't even want to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
It's Arsenal Brentford tonight at 5:30. You're like, I don't care. Just you know. What do you think though?
Well, looking at it, injury wise.
Yeah,
so
let's have a look at that. Yeah.
Liverpool's got 3 long termers. That's Thiago, Robbo and Bajcetic out. Then we had McAllister. He was on a ban, but he's back.
That's right.
For this game.
That's right.
And then we had Jones, Gravenberch, Canate and Gomez all out after the Brentford game. 75% fit. They've been training. They're expected to start. Well, not expected to start. They're expected to be in the squad.
Yeah, that's when you say squad thing for me. I think I've said this before, maybe on the first one we did. But if players like that, for me, are fit enough to be in the squad, I'd just be like, play them, especially like Canate.
Oh yeah.
Canate. I'd be like, play him, and if you're doing okay.
Yeah, but I've got no problem with Matip.
Yeah, okay.
There's a few Liverpool fans who don't like him. Myself, I think he's a great defender.
Okay.
I think he's great at going forward. He just goes on an adventure.
Yeah.
He gets the ball and he starts going forward with it, and you know, he gets to the edge of the area most of the time.
Yeah, he's scored a couple as well for you, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's so you got players. So your main ones, you're talking Thiago, Robertson, and who else did you say?
Bajcetic, they're out. They're done on terms. Robbo's he's had his operation about 2-3 weeks ago. It was a shoulder injury, wasn't it? He is expected. I think
January. Are we looking at?
Maybe late December.
Maybe late December.
Yeah.
United game, maybe.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
You play United on the 16th of December. We know that, don't we?
Do.
Why do we know that? Why do we know that date, Kev?
Because there's going to be a partial opening at the Anfield Road.
Yeah.
Up a tier.
Yeah. That's
brilliant.
So we were told. I'm digressing away from the Liverpool game, of course, but we were told a while ago that was a target, weren't we?
We were, yeah. Well, Everton was a target at first.
Yeah.
But for a full opening.
Well, for the full opening, the target was the beginning of the season. That was the initial target.
And then Everton was for the full opening.
It's changed, but
they sold tickets, hadn't they?
After what happened with Buckingham going bust in that building, the stand, they we were told that it's going to now be the target to the United game.
Yeah.
And I think they possibly done themselves a favour by swiftly kind of swerving that and saying it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And now they've been able to come out and say, actually, we are going to have some fans in.
Well, they did say about the partial opening, and then they scrapped that idea and said, no, we're not going to do that.
We're just going to
when it's open, it's open.
Yeah.
And now they've gone back to the partial opening thing again, so yeah.
We're probably taking some pressure off themselves to say, no, it's when it's fully done, that's when it'll be open.
Did you hear anything from anyone about this news coming out?
No.
Before it came out?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Did
so
you?
It just come out the blue.
Yeah.
Because normally we hear them
We do actually, yeah. We're able to report first, and then a couple of days later it's come out. But
we can say our old, got some news.
Yeah. Don't shoot the messenger.
Make of it as you will.
Yeah, don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
Everybody still does, Kev, don't they?
They do, mate,
but okay, let's go back to the game. So yeah, that's why we know that date. Anyway, let's go back to the game. Liverpool, you are away at City, of course. That's okay. We've had a look at Liverpool's injuries there. City, obviously, they're missing De Bruyne.
De Bruyne and Stones are ruled out. They're the only ones.
Kovacic is ruled out.
It says Kovacic, it says Kovacic, Nunes, Gomez, 25%, Haaland, Ederson, and Ake, 50%.
Yeah, I know it does. And this, I don't know if you might maybe on the same.
Yeah, no, that's where I got my info from. Yeah.
Yeah, and this was only updated this morning as well. Because I went on the club site, Liverpool, and they said their last update was like the 9th of November or something.
But they're only getting their info from what they're being told. No,
of course. I've got strong suspicions Haaland.
Well, Haaland's been training yesterday and today.
Yeah. You don't leave a Haaland off if he's fit to play.
No. Ederson, he just didn't go. He just didn't go away, did he? I think that was. He'll definitely be starting, even though it says 50% for him. Yeah.
So he's got to play the game, after he?
Yeah.
And say, oh yeah, he was injured, and we're going to assess him in the morning and see how he is. Oh, he's fine. So how do you see the game going? Obviously, it's the top of the league.
Liverpool don't do well at their grounds.
No. Okay.
But saying that, it's different times for the clubs now. Liverpool have completely changed in the last couple of years. City are not as good as they were. Even though they got Haaland, one of the best strikers in the world, they're not as good as they were. And
they're beatable, aren't they? I mean, even look at the form.
Liverpool and City were head and shoulders away from the pack. Now they've come right back to the pack.
Yeah, agree. Agree. Yeah, the points.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only 12 games in, but the points tell you that. You've got, if you draw tomorrow and then Arsenal win.
Arsenal can go top of the league.
Arsenal beat Brentford, Arsenal go top of the league.
Yeah.
And then if Tottenham win, Tottenham will go above you and level points with City. That's it. Yeah, even though right there. And again, you look at the form table as well. Last 5 games, the only one with a loss there. Well, that was due to is City.
Yeah.
Who was that against? Any idea?
Forgot.
No. Who beat City? Who beat City, guys? Who were the last ones to beat them? I'll tell you right now. So obviously they drew 4. Haven't I? I should have said this. Arsenal 1-0.
It was, yeah.
Arsenal 1-0. So, as I said then...
But there's nothing on there about Rodri, is there? So Rodri's fit then, isn't he?
There's nothing on there about Rodri at all, no.
So he's fit?
No. He must be, yeah. Yeah, he's just not...
Because he was a doubt before the international break, wasn't he?
Well, yeah. So how do you see it going? You just said you don't do well at their ground.
I've got to go for Liverpool win. Like the thing with City, Pep has this thing about with Liverpool where he picks weird teams. So tomorrow he could leave Haaland out and Ederson out. Because he done it in the FA Cup semi-final a couple of years ago.
He believes he FA Cup's slightly different, so maybe
it is, but semi-final, you know what I mean? And he knew Liverpool going strong.
I think he believes in pretty much every player he has, though.
Yeah, he does. But we're saying that team he put out. Okay, Liverpool won 3-2. It's a comfortable 3-2. Even though it looks close to the score on the scoreline. It was a comfortable win for Liverpool in the end. But they got back into the game with a weakened team, and Pep's teams they play well.
Yeah, he's a great coach.
I'm going to go 3-0, 3-1 to Liverpool.
Are you?
Yeah.
That much?
I'm going big, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I think you'll get beat. I think you'll get
It's fine,
beat.
it's alright, yeah.
I think you're away at City, like you said, you don't do
We don't do
too
well at
well
their ground,
there.
we don't.
Nobody does. Let's be straight about that. Nobody does well there.
No.
They're so tough to beat there. I think actually I think you'll get beat. I think it does heavily depend on whether Haaland plays, mainly, but
It's feeding them as well.
Yeah.
If Liverpool can win a midfield battle, which they can against City now, because we've got a great midfield, if they win that midfield battle and cut out his supply,
Yeah.
Haaland's a one-touch goal scorer.
Yeah. I don't know about that midfield, but you are right though. I say I don't know about what you're saying, but you are right in that if you do win that midfield battle, you do win the game against City. I think that's the big winning that midfield battle is tough against City midfield.
But I think we can do it.
If anybody can, well, Arsenal can as well because they beat them. But so you're going 3-0, 3-1.
Yeah.
Personally, I think it might be a 2-1.
City win.
Maybe 2-0. City win. If I'm honest. Sorry guys.
Look, Liverpool do concede goals.
Yeah, that's a downfall at the moment. So let's but anyway, we'll see. I won't be putting a bet on. I'm not a betting man anymore. But if I was,
I just put a bet on Liverpool games. That's
I'd
it.
go City. You do?
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So
loads of people don't. Loads of people are opposite.
Salah 3-0 is my bet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Loads of
That's
people.
every week.
Loads of people are the same bet.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? So if it ever comes off, we know. Okay, one bet.
Yeah. If Salah scores and Liverpool win 3-0, I've won some money.
You've offered some money. When was the last time you won money?
Brentford. Salah 3-0. Before that, long time.
Was that your last game? Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sound.
Yeah.
Sound. Right. Didn't mention that last week. Because he didn't want to buy the waters.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
By
So should we move on to
Everton?
Yes. Everton injuries, which I've just actually unfortunately got rid of it off my screen accidentally. But there's not that many to report. The only one to report really is Anana. Is the only one. I know we've got Dele Alli.
What's say about Coleman on there?
Coleman's he's just not fit. I've gone into the...
Coleman is fit. Coleman had a full 90 minutes.
You're right. He played
in the under-21s.
Under-21s against Bilbao.
Bilbao, yeah.
Against Bilbao, and that was at the Everton Women's.
The Walton Hall Park.
Walton Hall Park.
Yeah. So first teams who played that was Coleman, Keane, Godfrey, and a young lad up front who scored the goal.
Godfrey's no longer on the injury list at all. Oh, Coleman, it still says though no return date, but you're saying he played
full 90 minutes,
Full 90 minutes. Anana, do you know what? Actually, I'm saying about Anana, it does say potential return Sunday the 26th. So he could be playing. Injuries aside, so Everton are not struggling too much for injuries. We're not untouchable there, because honestly that's quite shocking for Everton. I'll look at Man United's injuries, and I think they have got some big players missing. Casemiro, Martinez, Johnny Evans, Ericsson, and then you've got the likes of
Johnny, who's playing centre back then for them.
Well, he doesn't. That's why I said Johnny Evans like loud, because he doesn't like playing Varane, does he?
No.
Clearly doesn't like playing Varane. So, which if he doesn't play him, it's good for Everton, because it baffles me. How would you not play Varane?
Yeah.
If you've got Varane in your team, how would you not play Varane? Especially ahead of Johnny Evans. Come on, Johnny Evans is an alright player. Don't get me wrong, but like Varane, come on.
Yeah.
But
there's something that you don't like about him.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be.
Do you trust the manager? You have to put your faith in the manager, don't you?
As a United fan. You mean...
As any fan of your team, you know?
Yeah, I suppose, you'd say you have to. There's plenty of managers come and gone in our club that you definitely do it first, always in a manager, but I think now the amount of time Ten Hag's been there, I do think he's possibly losing.
Oh yeah.
You know...
He's losing the base.
Yeah. I think they'll smash these on Sunday.
Do you think?
Yeah, because of what's happened.
Well, I don't think, win or lose, I don't think the result's going to really matter. I think it's what's going on off the pitch is going to be the big news.
So, yeah, I agree with you about that. I agree with you about that as in the biggest news of the day. But make no mistake, it does matter.
Oh, it does matter.
We're now second to bottom in the league because of those points.
No, of course it matters, but all I'm saying is,
win
or lose, them fans are going to make themselves heard and seen.
We
no
certainly
matter what
are.
The score is.
We certainly are. Yeah, I'm going to the game. I said on one of my videos this week, I'll be vlogging the game. I'm going to try and basically vlog the rest of Everton season because I said I wasn't going to do it anymore. Yeah. After that points deduction, I think I feel almost obliged to document it.
Like about 13, 14 home games.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So I feel obliged to document it as best I can and show us climbing back out of that bottom three once again against all odds when you got the points deductions. I mean, we say about that as well, the points deductions, as we said last week, because if you haven't seen it, we discussed the points deduction that last week because it had happened on the Friday when we do these videos. And it's probably the best time to get such a deduction because of the teams.
If you got last season, you were down.
Yeah, without doubt.
If you got season before, you were down.
Without doubt. Without doubt. But it's still, I remain that I don't think the punishment fits the crime.
It doesn't.
I totally support Everton in that, as do I think all Everton fans, and even like you said with Kevin, and a lot of other fans as well. There's been fans coming in from all over the
Manchester United fans that have come to Goodson Park, they're behind.
Rumours that they're going to support it as well.
No, I'm just putting it out there. What's going to happen if this happens on Sunday? It's not to do with me and Nick.
Yeah.
Have you heard what's happening?
No, go on.
30,000 brown envelopes are getting dropped from the sky with drones.
Are they?
They're trying to organise it, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that, mate, no?
Yeah.
Didn't know. We have drones, but they don't do that. Our drones don't do that stuff.
Well, talk about that. Logistically, that's going to be virtually impossible to do.
Yeah, that'd be...
Okay, you can get the drones in the air, maybe you can hang something from underneath it with a hook or something. But getting us to drop something...
Getting them all to drop something from the same... They'd all have to be the same altitude, because if one of them dropped, especially an envelope, and the wind caught it...
And it's a drone.
And it's one of the drones, that could then collide into another drone, which causes a mass...
So you're going to need a few drones.
Crash. Yeah, and I don't... That's not possible. They won't have... There'll be flight restrictions on over... ground, unless somebody's prepared to break the law.
Exactly, they are prepared to break the law, aren't they? You know.
Yep.
It's affording the drones. Okay.
Yeah.
It's defrayed.
Hey, Kev, I hadn't heard about this, but we're going to go right out there and say we don't think this is going to happen because it's hard. If it does, I'll be impressed.
Logistically, it sounds impossible to me.
Yeah.
Because cheap drones, cheap good drones, minis. You're going to have to buy a few of them, quite a few of them. To hold 30.
Yeah, minis can't really carry any load.
Yeah,
really.
Exactly, that's what I mean. So you need a lot of
maybe if it's just an envelope, but if it's just an envelope, you drop them out the sky. God knows where they're going to land.
Yeah.
You float all over all over the city.
But
okay.
That's the plan of it. They raised 40 grand so far, haven't they?
There's a protest tonight outside. I had said outside Everton headquarters, which is the Liver building, isn't it? So
there's one there tonight.
I believe so. Yeah. Okay. There's one there tonight, and we will be there. There's a lot of stuff going on at the game Sunday, anti-Premier League, anti-establishment about it, because we do feel robbed with the points. We've held our hands up, and we've worked with the Premier League, and so we admitted it. Okay, I think they did try and bend a couple of things into how they spent, but I don't think 10 points is right. And a lot of others don't, so that's what's going on.
Have you heard Carragher and Gary Neville talk about this, where they say that Everton have complied with everything, but they've it's like you saying to your kids, like, don't take any more biscuits out of the jar, and they go.
Yeah.
So that's like what Everton have been doing, you know, right? You're close to overspending, don't spend any more. Okay, let's go and buy a couple of midfielders.
Yeah.
So that's the Premier League's argument on this. That they were warned not to keep spending, and he spent.
Yeah. But I believe the actual the actual threshold, you only allow like minus 15 million before you've got to start explaining yourselves in that. And then the 105 is the like, you cannot go over that.
Yeah, but
so
COVID was taken into account.
No, it was COVID, another mitigating factor, of course, yeah. Anyway, back to the game. As I said, I think we're going to smash them. Sorry, United fans, but I just do. I think because of what's happened, I do also think United are a struggling side at the moment. Although apparently they're the most informed team in the Premier League, but I think I listened to Simon Jordan on TalkSport, who said he doesn't.
Don't listen to him.
I know, but he said he doesn't. It says about this informed team, but he says, but you can't just say informed team because you got to look at like what teams have they played recently and what teams have other teams played and that. But anyway, I don't think they're at their best at all, but far from it. I think Sunday, and I hope Everton will be at our best because of the level of support, and it feels like the one good thing, the only good thing that has come from this is that it's really united Everton from the club down to the fans, owners, everything. It's really united us. So it's
good that John, what's his name?
Yeah. It is John, and I can't think of his first.
Well, he came out straight away and gave his statements. It's a stance that we're not accepting it, but we're going to fight it.
Yeah, we're going to fight it.
Let the fans know straight away, rather than like radio silence.
Yeah. And that got the support, the immediate support of every fan.
But going back to the results, I don't know how the players are going to react to what's going to be going on the day and in the grounds. So for me, it could go either way.
Okay.
So I'm not pinning me.
I'm going to go.
Score.
I'm going to go 3-1.
Really? Yeah.
Or 3-0, like you've got football. 3-1 or 3-0. Salah first goal. No, 3-1 or 3-0, and I don't care who scores the goals. What would you say, or would you not?
I think I agree with you. If the players don't get caught up in the moments, they can beat United. If they do get caught up in the moments, I think they can lose.
Okay, I think on saying that, and regardless of whether this happened with the points thing and whether it's United or all that, I think that statement would still stand. That if our players turn up on the day, we could beat United anyway, no matter what happened. Yeah. Because I think right now any team in the Premier League could.
But it just would have been another bog standard game on Sunday, but it's not.
No, it's much bigger.
There's a lot behind it now.
Yeah, it's much bigger. Okay, so we shall move on. On saying that we just had a little talk about the Liverpool Everton games at the weekend. Let us know your thoughts, obviously, guys. Everything we talk about, really interested to read your comments and get your opinions as well. So please,
no, just go off piece to set just before we move on to the next section.
Yeah. France
winning 14-0. What do you think about that?
I haven't thought that much about it, but it's quite ridiculous. I think is it Armenia? Was it Armenia? I think Armenia.
Was it Armenia or Faroe?
No, Armenia.
Was it Armenia? I don't even know
what they play. Or something. I think
Armenia.
I think
saw
they
the results, and I just thought, who benefits from that?
I think they were in with a chance before they had to send it off. I think they were only 3-0 down at that point.
Right, okay.
Sort of like 20 minutes in, and they had a man sent off.
I just don't. You know what? I think these Euros and World Cups now, they should have, like they do with club football, they have the Champions League, the Europa League, and now the Conference League.
So they
should have the same international wise.
Because you see the same with the likes. So you're saying like for the likes of them and San Marino, Faroe Islands, and all that.
San Marino, scoring the goals like winning the World Cup for them.
Yes, it is. It's so. Do you know where San Marino is?
Italy way, innit?
Yeah, you're right. I had to look into this because, and it wasn't even that long ago that I looked into this, despite seeing England play in San Marino and that for God knows how long, seeing them in competitions and that. Well, qualifiers not in competitions.
Like a country in it.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
It's, it was basically, I think, a family or something like that had to emigrate back during a civil war in Italy so many, like, years ago, something like that. Went up to these hills in... Somebody's got to definitely correct me on this, but this is the gist I got. Kind of ran up into the hills, protected themselves, defended it,
Yeah.
grew and grew and grew, called themselves a country. So,
Okay.
so,
Yeah.
so they're only gonna have like
Might try that myself.
Stanley Park. That's now mine.
Yeah.
Put your flag down. Yeah. Okay.
Pick me up. All national anthem. Be alright.
So we're moving on to your topic of the show, Kev.
So yeah. So I saw. Okay, it was a screenshot. I don't know if there's any truth in it.
I'll put it up.
Have you got it there? Yeah.
Yeah. I do all these sorts of things.
You're good. You're switched on.
There you go.
So you've seen this yourself, then, haven't you?
Yeah.
So
go on.
the panel that docked Everton the points are going to judge on the compensation claims that have been put in against them by the teams that went down.
So allegedly, the other teams.
That's in for 100 million each.
Apparently, yeah. So it's not, and like you said, so it's the panel, and this is the biggest thing. So the panel also.
And wasn't one of the panel something with Leeds United?
Wow, this is this is why I was so. When you sent me this, so what me and Kev do, we have a couple of chats through the week, and we say right, throws a topic over, so we both get to look at it. And when Kev told me this was going to be his, I was like, that's just brilliant for me. So the
this
panel.
right up your seat, well.
Yeah. So let me. So what it says: compensation claims against Everton to be decided by the same panel. The same independent commission that handed Everton a top-flight record points deduction last week will also decide whether the clubs relegated over the past couple of seasons can claim compensation for lost revenue as a result of the Blues overspending. The panel is made up of David Phillips KC, who's a chartered accountant and that's not so. David Phillips KC, a chartered accountant and former West Ham finance director Nick Igo, and Judge Alan Greenwood. Right, let's see. It says now they will be the ones overseeing the case for damages from the likes of Leeds United, whom David Phillips KC he represented them in a claim in their own legal battle. He represented Leeds, so you've got him sitting on the panel, represented a football club in the past,
which isn't nice.
You've got David Igo, who's former West Ham finance director, sitting on the panel, and a Judge Alan Greenwood, who I don't believe we've got any issues with.
You don't think?
We might find some, but right now I don't believe we are. So now these people, these three guys, are now able to decide. I think it's decide if they have a claim or something like that. Now, do you think that's fair? No.
I think one team should be able to, which is Leicester City. And who went down the season before was Southampton.
Leicester City should be, yeah. No, so, okay.
Sorry, who went down the season
so
before?
Okay, so let's see. It says, let's go on to repeat a report that I found. It would appear, however, that only Burnley and Leicester, who finished within 3 points of Everton in 21 and 22, and 22 and 23 respectively, have any legitimate claim. Forest stayed up, and both Southampton and Leeds would have been relegated regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my point, is the team that finished third from bottom have an argument.
Mm-hmm.
The rest haven't got a case.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, because they wouldn't have beat Burnley or Leicester, is what you're saying, and that's I agree with that. So that's the first point, and I think that's going to be Everton's obviously first argument to look at. Well, why would it bother them? Because even if we'd have finished in Burnley's or Leicester's position,
they were still down.
Down.
There we go.
But it's these guys. But let's going back. So the guy that we talked about, David Phillips KC, he's represented Leeds before, to do with he represented them. Let's see when it was, because it was to do with them.
Yeah, what was it for?
I'm sure it was to do with them overspending.
Oh right, okay.
Sure it was. Here we go. And I found this because Mayor Joe Anderson, ex-Mayor Joe Anderson, raised this.
He's a funny fella, that Joe Anderson.
Yeah. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'll get to this. Right. Commission lead David Fitzcasey, who acted for Leeds United in their 15 points controversy in 2007, clearly has a conflict of interest with his links with client Leeds. Yet Phillips is the judge and jury of Everton.
Which isn't right.
It's not right,
not
is
right,
it?
no.
So that's not right with him. I agree with you, and like I say, I'm glad you brought this up. Let's look at...
Like even if Leeds haven't got a case, well, a claim against Everton, he's still judging if someone else has.
And there's a conflict
and
there, though, yeah.
And he's going to say, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's the way I feel. I feel like they're going to say yeah anyway. They've already given us the maximum points they could come up with.
But what's the rumour going around where if they're found to have a case, Everton can get a further 9 points deducted?
I've heard that rumour and I don't know why that would be. I don't know. I've heard that too.
Yeah.
I don't get
Why?
where that comes from or why. Just because we've already been punished by the Premier League for that.
It's like double jeopardy, isn't it?
I don't know if the further 9 points is because because Everton haven't got the money. And if apparently they're talking of claims up to 300 million. And if they were to come and sue us for 300 million, that would place into administration.
I was going to say, it's like an administration thing.
You do get 9 points for administration, so I don't know if that's where they get the 9 points from. Anybody who knows about that, let us know. But I've definitely seen about an alleged further 9 points. But let's move on to this. Is it Nick Igo, was it?
Yeah, West Ham.
Yeah, I'm sure his name's Nick. Just want to double check that. Goodness me, I've come right away from it there. Anyway, but
Mr. Igo.
Igo, right, was finance director of West Ham between 1997 and 2012 and was in charge of club finances during the 2005-2007 Tevez Gate scandal. During his watch, it saw West Ham fined 5.5 million and sued by a rival club, that rival club being Sheffield United. Igo was the man who advised then chairman Egert Magnusson to send the contracts of both Tevez and Mascherano to the Premier League when he realised there were third-party ownership issues. He later negotiated a 20 million out-of-court settlement in Brussels with Sheffield United at the time. This man is on an independent panel deciding Everton's fate. After being involved in that's a scandal.
Breaking the rules.
It's a scandal in itself. He knew. Yeah.
What's going on with the league?
This is where I seen Gary Neville come out this week and basically slam the Premier League and say they've proven over this. He did say he doesn't think it's fair on Everton and Everton fans in particular, but he said this proves that the Premier League are not fit and never have been fit to govern the league, the football league.
Because people saying that the favouring the big six, which if they don't punish City.
I've just realised you've got a Timberland top on. So
what's going on?
Oh, guys, we didn't get dressed together, I swear. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go on, so yeah, the big six, what?
People saying that the big six are getting favoured and they can get away with anything, and if City don't get punished, I'm going to have to agree with it.
Yeah.
And that's Liverpool in with that.
Yeah, it is. You're right. Well, look at the big six trying to leave the Premier League.
But were they trying to leave the Premier League, or did they trying to leave the Champions League?
Premier League?
Was it definitely the Premier League?
Oh no, I don't think they were leaving, were they?
No.
But they were also going to play.
But they were breaking away from the Champions League.
Yeah,
so they started their own European league.
They were also going to play in this Super League though, whilst still playing Premier League, and it would have had a massive effect, of course, on
would have, yeah.
Premier League football.
Yeah. But that's why they didn't get punished by the Premier League.
But it's still.
And they couldn't get they can't get punished by the Champions League, because if you lose,
you know what?
Man United, Man City, Liverpool at Champions League.
Yeah.
It's just a runaway for Bayern, Real Madrid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Although, yeah, because Bayern were one of the ones that they had no involvement in Super League. Barcelona did, Juventus, Real Madrid as well.
Yeah, they were, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
we kick all them out.
It would have been Bayern Munich every year.
Yeah.
But nobody would have bothered them.
No.
So,
they're losing money by kicking them out, so they can't.
But, yeah, it's just completely unfair. Basically, these two guys shouldn't, in my opinion, shouldn't have been on the panel in the first place. But to now give them a further decision making is just wrong.
It's mad.
Do you know what else I said? You know, I read before it said that the only ones would be only Burnley and Leicester, who finished within 3 points of Everton in 21 and 22 and 22-23 respectively, have any legitimate claim. I then looked at Burnley's accounts 21-22, and bear with me on this, because this is
you
my
took right into this.
Yeah. When you sent me my defensive head kind of comes on here, and I'm like, right, okay, so look at the arguments. Right, had Burnley spent as much as us, and were they right on the brink of their finances, and they then held back because of the rules, and they said no, we can't spend any more, and somebody's gone, but Everton are going to spend more than us. Everton are buy in, and they've gone, doesn't matter, that they'll get themselves in trouble, we need to hold back. Right, despite relegation, Burnley actually managed to deliver a 36 million pre-tax profit in 21-22, compared to a 3 million loss the previous year. They're not I'm not saying they're not trying, but they're not. It's not like there's a massive difference between us spending 125 million and them having a 36 million pound profit. That's not like this 19.5 million benefit that we received. That's 125 million plus 36. That's 161 million, I think. Difference. So they've not. That would, if I was a defence lawyer, that would be one of my first points, is to say, you can't blame Everton for having a sporting advantage for spending an extra 19 million over a threshold. But actually, you didn't spend anything. You made money. So that would be one thing.
Yeah.
Leicester are not like that. Leicester did make a club record loss of 92.5 million for 21-22 season, and it's almost 3 times the loss they made the previous year, which was 31 million loss. However, it says, although it's unusually high, in part due to COVID.
Yeah.
Even during COVID times, Burnley have made 36 mil.
How?
How? Maybe it's the players they sold to us.
Sales.
Is that the
Tarkowski.
Tarkowski and Dwight McNeil?
Yeah.
They sold us players and they're suing us for. But anyway, so that's just one thing I looked at. I just thought straight away, well, hang on. So if they were right on the brink of their finances, you could see they've got a real good point to say, we held back here, and Everton haven't. They have gained the sporting advantage because of that. Because of this big thing about the point as well
they
is,
could have spent.
Yeah, I think you look at that and go, well, you had an extra, Leicester had an extra 10.3 million to spend there, and Burnley had an extra 100, what did they say, 161 or something like that. No, take the 141, maybe something like that. 141, 36 million profit plus 205. You're allowed. Burnley had 141 million.
But could they afford to spend that?
No, maybe not. They could definitely afford to spend 36 though, because they made 36 profit.
Yeah, they could. But if Leicester have made a loss anyway, could they afford to spend any more? That could be an argument. Yeah,
totally get you. Yeah. Well, we couldn't because we didn't have the money.
We didn't have it.
Yeah.
Even though you got the leeway to spend it.
Yeah, okay.
They just didn't have it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for it's on my plate there,
It's on your chips.
Kev's just blown my arguments out the water. Anyway, so should we...
I'll just put another argument across, that's all.
Appreciate it, yeah.
At debate.
But yeah, guys, what's everyone's thoughts? And what I would like to say, if you don't mind, Kev, I'm going to be at the match Sunday. As I said, I am going to be vlogging it from this point forward, getting to hopefully every single home match from now until the end of the season. I will be recording all the time, and I will have, I'm going to try and speak to a lot of fans. So if you're watching this, you're going to the game Sunday. I can't tell you exactly where I'll be, unfortunately. I'm in the Park End this game. But if you see me, please give me a shout. If you fancy having a chat, if you fancy going on camera, that would be really ideal, because I'll probably use some of the footage and show everybody else what the general gist is.
Fan reactions make a video.
Yeah,
rather than just
fan reactions are great. So you vlog Liverpool game as well, so on that, speak to people and get them, and we'll put the video
That's
on.
fine, and they don't want to.
Everybody wants to speak to me. I'll probably get that, I'll probably come in, we'll probably be doing the show next week, and I'll just swerve it. Yeah. You'll say, so did you get some fan reaction? Sure, Kev. Sure, nobody wanted to talk to me. Yeah, I also have a lot, though, I don't know if you get this, I'll speak to people, and they'll go, I don't want to speak on camera.
Yeah.
And then I can't be rude and say, I want to speak to you, so I don't want to be like, oh, well, if you don't want to go on camera, I'm not speaking to you.
Yeah.
But it is ideal if you go on
if you
camera.
can get on camera,
yeah. Okay, we'll move on to...
You should probably look better than me do on camera, so...
that's true, that. We'll move on to, as I said at the beginning of the show, one of my points there, or my topic this week was, I just wanted to have a look at a couple of things that happened in the this week internationals, and what we're going to start with is this video here that we'll play.
So you don't quite catch what's going on the right hand side as they're coming on, do you? That's the problem.
So you're right. So that was a video of Mo Salah playing in Egypt versus Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, already am.
Kev told me this when I said this was my topic. That was Kev's fun fact back to me. He's been to Sierra Leone. I'm guessing not on holiday, but with
definitely
the forces.
Not on holiday.
With the forces, yeah.
Yeah. It was a fun time.
I'm sure it was, mate. I'm sure it was. Yeah. And I'm sure you can't really say too much more about it, to be honest.
Cars. Legal.
But yeah. I just wanted to bring that up because all the reports were that Salah was attacked. One thing I'll say, I'll play the video. I'll tell you what, I'll run the video again just down here in the middle or something so you can see it. But one thing you do see is the first steward, one of the stewards gets there, starts laying dicks into the guy. Salah was escorted off the end of the game with a military escort.
But he didn't look worried.
Yeah. So this was the point. So all the reports say
he was
attacked.
I don't think he was. I think it was just fans going, there's Mo Salah. I want to get close to him.
Yeah. I tend to agree with you. I think if he was to be actually attacked, as the reports said, and like you said, you don't see how the fans. All you see on that video is the steward running on
from
him.
left to right, and the camera pans across.
Yeah.
Then Salah and another player come into view, and then the steward's filling someone in.
Filling someone in. Yeah. He might have just wanted to get close to him. Salah's definitely the biggest star on that pitch by an absolute mile.
In Egypt, in Africa, he's massive. He's a god.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, also Liverpool fans love him, but when he goes over
I know
there,
he is. Yeah.
Like in the World Cup, what happened? He was getting knocked up at 3 o'clock in the morning by Egyptian officials, bringing like family members and friends along, going, can these have an autograph? Can you sign their shirts? And stuff
Was he really? Yeah.
You know, from the Egyptian FA.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
really?
He was getting knocked up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. He was getting no sleep.
Yeah. I just have to agree. So my point was bringing that up was to say, well, what do you think about that? Because Salah getting attacked, obviously not good. He's one of your players.
Yeah.
Now that you've said that, I tend to agree.
When you sent it me, and I looked at him and went, oh shit, yeah. And then I watched it over and over and went, Salah's on the bothers. The player with him seems to be attacking someone running on, doesn't he?
They do, yeah, they kind of...
like he's protecting Salah, but it doesn't look so he's protecting him from violence.
I was going to say, he might have been going through him, these are going to fill you in, mate. He's going to do one, these stewards are going to fill you in.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, I tend to agree with you on that. Thoughts and comments on that one, guys.
It's just if we could have seen a bit more.
It's very short.
Of what was going on.
It is a short clip for such an allegation to be thrown out that he's attacked.
Well, that's what I said on was it on Twitter? You got off? Yeah.
It's what the report. So the reason why I looked for it and found it was because I heard it on the radio and other reports. So I was attacked.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, what the hell's that? So then I looked into it and I did find that it does say on Twitter, X, we should probably call it, that's the name, but anyway.
It's hard.
It's hard to call it X, yeah. So it says that, Salah attacked, and you're like, so watch it and like, I'm not sure if he's attacked. And like you say, he didn't seem bothered. He's not commented on.
Is he hadn't tried, he didn't even try getting off the pitch.
No, he played on till the end, yeah.
So, yeah.
Didn't feel under threat, did he?
I just think it was over enthusiastic fans wanting to.
Yeah.
But like what happens with Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah.
People just went.
Glad you mentioned Messi.
Yeah.
Glad you mentioned Messi.
Are you going to talk about his bodyguard?
Right on cue. No, let's move on.
Right.
Let's move on. Here's the next
right,
thing
yeah,
I want to
Argentina.
This is. Let's have a look at it.
It's brutal.
Yeah, it's not good, this one.
No. Messi looked worried as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, he does actually. Obviously, you don't understand it, but I think he said something about families there because he heard say familiar.
It's just heavy-handedness. That's
Look at this point, right? So, that's not good to watch, is it?
Not.
That's not good to watch. So, the reason why I wanted to discuss that was because those fans were not segregated in large parts of that stadium. Argentina, Brazil fans. That's how I believe that's what the report says. That's how it kicked off, that there was probably a little bit of trouble between rival fans.
But heavy-handedness by the police. That was police, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think so, because there was somebody there who didn't have a police uniform on, but he must have been undercover police or something, or not, not in uniform. And he turns around and grabs a baton or something, and they're just swinging them and whacking. There's even so they might have trouble with one or two or a few in the crowd, but they go and literally swinging, and like there's surely some of them there that were doing nothing. You do see if you watch the video again.
Look, I've been on receiving end of it.
Yeah.
In Paris and in Madrid.
Okay.
Right. So Paris, obviously everyone saw what happens there.
Yeah.
Champions
League final.
My kids are pepper sprayed.
Yeah.
In the street for no reason.
Yeah.
Absolutely no reason. The police segregated part of. So my car's parked in, say, about a 10-minute walk away from the ground. But the police cut off a bridge and made us walk about an hour detour.
Really?
And it took us to these dodgy streets. I saw someone get the phone knocked off them, going down there. And they had buttons and everything, the police, all righted up, ready to go.
Really?
So you couldn't even just push your way through, because you're going to get a kicking from them.
Yeah.
And this was after the match. Now, in Madrid, in my hotel room, I was watching the telly, watching the news, and it was about the football. Then it was showing, I couldn't understand what was being said, but it was showing scenes from the 1980s of English hooligans.
Was it?
Yeah. And, attacking police and stuff like that. And that's what they've got of us.
They're setting a narrative there, though, isn't it? for
Okay, that's not to do with England, but
yeah.
the heavy-handedness, it needs to stop.
Yeah, it does. There's absolutely no need for that. From looking at that video, and I've watched it a couple of times because I've looked at it to see. From what I have seen, I can't see any one of the fans carrying a weapon.
No.
So they're being battered by I suppose all I can only call them folks with big sticks, to be honest. They ran in heavy-handed and just started swinging at the crowd. There are bits of the clip where there's a couple of bits where there's guys holding their little ones, their kids, and they're in there. And even though they're a bit back, this crowd's pushing back.
Cause a crush,
and it's causing a crush.
Yeah.
It's just so.
It's overreactive. There's no need for it. In our country, like you've been in a match, I've been in a match. The police are at the stadiums. If anything kicks off, the stewards deal with it. The police stay back.
You're right, yeah,
the police don't get involved.
They're quite what they do as well. I've seen it so many times. It's always generally away fans, and I'm not saying anything about that, but it just is because when
they're more boisterous. That's
of course, yeah, and I'm sure it happens. Everton fans when they go away, when we go away, sorry, but.
Or if there's an away fan in the omens, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they seem to be on it because they're always watching, aren't they? That they've got the cameras there for a start, and then they're sitting down, they're up the side, they're always watching, and they'll pinpoint who they want. And all of a sudden you'll see stewards go in, grab one person, and they're out.
The police are only there if...
The police are watching, the police are close by, but...
If they start swinging and they need to be arrested, the police have to do it. But otherwise,
surely that's all it takes.
The police are only there as a deterrent.
Yeah. But that's all it takes. Yeah, because the stewards are just there to evict them, aren't they?
But that, it's just, there's no need for it.
No.
Absolutely no need for it.
Absolutely not. And like you said, when
it was on battens and everything.
Messi, he looked concerned. And I think part of the concern is as well, is some of these football players will have had their families and friends in the crowd.
Well, look at the West Ham game in Europe when
you're right.
When the home fans started getting into the families, didn't they? And that fella.
There was one fella stood there, took a beating as well, didn't he? He took quite a beating.
He did, he's black and blue.
Yeah, you're right.
But you could see it was a Declan Rice going to his family. Get out the way.
Yeah. It's terrible. It shouldn't be happening in football, especially two huge teams as well. A lot of Premier League players playing in that game as well. Alisson was playing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, and obviously the keeper for the Argentina keeper, Martinez, is it?
Yeah.
McAllister
would have been playing well, wouldn't he?
Yeah, McAllister. But yeah, so I just wanted to flag them up to say, it was international football. We're not, as we both said last week, not over the top on international football, but stuff like that shouldn't be happening.
But and you come across this stuff anyway, just going through social media, it pops up.
Yeah.
It pops up, aren't you?
Yeah. But point was,
it's too heavy-handed.
Fan segregation. They're two South American teams. I think they knew there's possibly going to be trouble.
And they're the two biggest South American teams.
You've got to segregate them, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got to.
How'd you have that like next? Having Liverpool and Man U sat together.
It is, yeah. It would go off. It would go off. Yeah, definitely.
But the police wouldn't do that.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Might start walking a horse into you, but that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. Before we move on, were any of you affected by that at all? Anything like that? Thoughts on it, please, as always. Let's move on though.
Or if you've had any heavy-handedness at a football match as well.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Because the only time I've experienced it is in Paris, and to an extent in Madrid, the police were ready to kick off, but saw how well behaved we were, and just let us enjoy ourselves.
Yeah,
in Madrid.
Yeah.
In Paris, it was a different
What did
story.
it feel? Did it feel like it was on a bit of a knife edge though?
They looked like they were ready. Yeah, they looked like they were ready for a kick off. Because there's flares and that. You're saying to people, put your flares down. So okay, I'm putting flares down and not reacting. Know what I mean? So the from what I saw on the news in my hotel room, we were branded as hooligans.
Yeah.
Before we even got there.
English fans are.
Well,
English football fans are. You don't have to be supporting England, but just English football fans are. And it goes back So I think was it Italian 90 that was the worst one. I do think the English fans did get themselves quite a rep.
Yeah,
Italian 90.
Before that, the 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the worst period for English football fans, the 80s.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, as we said, we'll grab a comment from you guys each week. We might do more than one. This week, pulled it up here somewhere. SJ Doc, who says, "Brilliant lads, looking forward to the next episode. Could you discuss your thoughts on Jamie Carragher saying there should only be goal line technology and automated offsides instead of VAR?" Instead of VAR. So, Jamie Carragher said, apparently, there should only be goal line technology and automated offsides instead of the full VAR experience that we're receiving. It's a great topic, that. Thanks, SJ Doc. I mean, the good thing about these comments as well is that I said to you, let's not look or we say something, let's just give our thoughts on it.
Yeah.
So, if we pick one next week, it might be completely random, but it's quite good. But this is a good one. I agree, especially right now. I
kind of agree.
You kind of?
Yeah.
Go on. What kind of? What?
So, what do you want? Goal line technology, yeah, I agree with. Offsides, I agree with. Now, build up to goals. What do we do about that? If there's a foul in there, do we just ignore that? If the referee hasn't seen it?
That's a good point. It's a good argument point. It's a really good argument point. But we used to be alright with it.
We did, but okay, it was a talking point in the pubs and that. But I think it's good when they get it right. Yeah. But obviously,
no,
but it's wrong.
It's good when they get it wrong. No, but it's good when they get it wrong when it benefits your team as well.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And it always swings in roundabouts. You'll have some that go for you. You'll have some that go against you.
Spurs, it happened to them.
100%.
What happened to us happened to them.
Spurs was a really quick, almost instant karma turnaround. The fact with the Diaz goal, it was Diaz, with the Diaz goal, and then they get the Anthony goal.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
And 2 players sent off.
Yeah. It wasn't.
Sorry, no, that was.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. That was the Arsenal one. The Anthony goal was the Arsenal one.
But they had 2 players sent off.
Yeah. Chelsea.
Yeah.
Chelsea. We got it. The Chelsea game. Yeah. So, but personally, I think we could definitely manage.
As we could survive on that, yeah. That.
Automated offsides.
Until they get VAR, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, me and you said, didn't we, in our first video we done, VAR was one of the topics, and we both agreed it should somehow, whether they scrap it now for a few months until they sorted it, but you said, well, no, it's got to be till the end of the season, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
But we both
can't
agreed.
just bring it in willy-nilly, know what I mean?
But they seem to with the cup games. Some grounds have it, some grounds don't. That's not fair.
Which we've mentioned this, just don't have it in cup games.
That's not fair. It's not fair to have it on some cup games and some don't, just because the grounds have it. If not all grounds in the cup games don't have it, then just say there's no VAR in this cup competition.
Like goal line technology as well.
Yeah. Don't have it.
Not all grounds have got it.
Yeah. So if you don't have it in all grounds in that competition, doesn't exist. Yeah. It's got to be a fair playing field, like it's got to. I personally think my honest opinion on that is, I'd be happy with it, because I think it's the VAR experience we're receiving right now is, as we've showed, as the country, the world showed us, it's a joke. Yeah. So I'd be just scrap it. Goal line technology, that's got to be and that works.
We definitely need that. That's a given.
That's been excellent since that's been added. Automated offsides, I think you do need the offsides. I really do. You need to see the offsides, because I think offsides is so easy to get wrong.
But it needs to be black and white as well, though.
Yeah, and it needs to be quick automated decisions. Computer says computer says no.
Well, that system in the World Cup seems to work all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What we've got with the lines is just not working.
Yeah.
Did you see time when France first brought it in?
No.
Don't ask me who the game was, but the
a French league game, or
French league game, and they done the offsides, and the lines like, but there's the pitch, but the lines are going that way.
Were they?
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah, and it was a clear onside, but the or it was a clear offside, but they give it onside, or it was the other way
The
round.
lines were
And
off,
it
the
was
lines
just
were off, like.
ridiculous, yeah, when France first done it.
There's definitely an argument, SJ Doc. SJ Doc, what's your thoughts, please? Let us know yours, and everybody else. Goal line technology and automated offsides only, instead of VAR, or the full VAR. The thing...
Well, also, is you going to get the argument then of, you know, well, there was a foul before. And
Like you said though, build up to goals. Build up to goals. Pull in the box.
Okay, offsides, yeah, because he said that offsides and goal line technology. So if they're offside, you check out offsides. No offsides, goal.
But you look at the corner, if a corner comes in, and the ref, there's so many people in the box. The referees don't see if somebody's held hold of Salah's shirt, for example. He can't get it, can't get himself to the air, Calvert-Lewin, and he can't get up, but he can't see it because it's sly. So it is a tough one, because when I think of that, I'm thinking, nah, it's needed.
What they could get rid of it for is this red card thing. So when a referee gives a yellow card and then they go check him for a red card, they can get rid of that.
Yeah, and I think that should be gone. That's not needed.
They don't need it.
Reason being as well for me on that is when you slow things down, those decisions should be made. If the ref sees the challenge, let him call it. Let him call it as he sees it.
Well, it was like that one we spoke about last time when
Endo, that I said about Endo.
No, before there's another one before.
Oh really?
That. Yeah, and when the referee went over, the still was on.
The foot in
was
the air.
that?
Yeah, the studs up.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what he saw when he first walked over, and then he said, "Can I see it in slow motion?" And then the show was in the red card.
Yeah. Was that our play?
I can't remember.
Was that Ashley Young against Hughes? Maybe. Anyway.
Possibly.
Anyway.
Possibly.
Anyway, yeah. It's a real tough one, and it's a real debate, and we brought this up because we're going to do like the last 10 minutes based on these comments. I'm looking at the time we've got ticking away there, and I'm thinking maybe we should bring these comments up earlier, because if there's quite a bit of a debate on that, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's quite a lot to debate. Like you said, 'cause there's the red card thing. I personally, when you say that, I personally think that any challenge like that, it should be as the ref sees it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because when you slow things down, it's not the live reaction and that. Let the ref call it as he sees it, and let him watch it back later and go, okay, perhaps I could get better at that.
Yeah.
You know,
that's something you can forgive.
It is.
Fouls leading up to goals you can't forgive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there's a clear foul that the referee hasn't seen, and you're not checking for that, it's unfair.
True, but then I suppose how do they then do that? Because you do fouls leading up to goals, and then how do you then judge what part of the phase of play leads up to the goal?
Well,
you know?
Yeah.
Such a talking point, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Thanks for that, Doc.
Yeah.
But on that, guys, we're gone over our hour just about. I might have to do a little bit of tinkering to bring it back down. Never know. But anyway, we'll probably finish up there. I'd love to have people. I'll tell you what. Let's get people's comments on this. Do me a favour. We're gonna put that. I've just come up with this now, but oh no, forget it. I was gonna say do a like if you think we should have it, or dislike, but we don't want dislikes, so you know, forget it. Just let us have your comments on the VAR.
A million dislikes on the video.
Yeah, don't want that. Let us have your comments on this what Doc's brought up, because it really is
comments be better.
Really is a good one.
But if you like the video, give a thumbs up as well.
Definitely give us a thumbs up. We'll finish off there, eh, Kev? Plans for the weekend? Quickly.
Working again.
Again?
Yeah. I can't say where I'm working.
Okay. You work for Sierra Leone. He's going back. I've got a nice night out with the lads tomorrow night. My brother-in-law's over from Ireland.
The match on Sunday.
And I've got the match on Sunday.
Yeah, so tomorrow morning I'm taking up with football basically.
Yeah.
You lads got football.
That leads you up to the end of the Liverpool City game, I assume, when you say football. Yeah.
And then I've got the Liverpool match. I'll probably watch. If Liverpool win, I'll probably watch the games after. If Liverpool lose, that'll be the footy done for the weekend.
That'll be the toys out the pram for the weekend. Yeah.
You just to drink.
Yeah. Couple tomorrow night with a couple of the lads, and then the match Sunday. And this is the good thing about Everton playing last on the Sunday. I can enjoy my weekend up until that point. I really enjoy the match Sunday. Like you said, the good thing Everton fans have got about this weekend is, and I think this was your point, is that it's whichever way it goes.
It doesn't matter.
Evertonians
I don't think the result's going to matter.
Evertonians are probably going to enjoy themselves Sunday and enjoy the fact that we're letting ourselves be heard. So I agree.
Heard and seen.
Yeah,
that's going to be the flavour of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. We will both talk about our games next week. How we got on? The next ones. Yeah.
Wins.
Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for many more videos.
Yes.
Sign off.
See you soon. Bye now.